Tree age measurement. The tree age estimation techniques have different accuracies and practicability, as they are various techniques through which tree age can be estimated. Here are the main methods. Count the tree rings. Literally, the most familiar method is to count the tree rings in a cross-section of the trunk. Each ring represents one year's growth. The wider the ring, the better the growing conditions. The narrower the ring, the more difficult the year. Let's suppose the tree is your starting point where the bore tool, an increment borer, extract a core sample, a narrow cylindrical core of the tree itself without cutting it down. The core is then examined under a microscope or by other means to count the number of rings. It is most precise method, especially for older trees. This method can only be performed upon core extraction, and for some tree species, rings are not always clearly visible, especially when trees show asymmetrical growth. Diameter at breast height and growth models. Generally, with DBH measurement, you can calculate the approximate age of a tree statically via an equation of that species or growth model of a species. These models have been used to predict the growth rates of trees of a certain species based on their size and location. You measure the tree's DBH, then use a formula that compares an species' or region's growth rates to average today approximate age. It is non-invasive, quick, and simple to perform. They are not accurate as the growth rates vary immensely in terms of environmental determinants like the type of soil and availability of water and composition with other trees. Tree height to age ratio. There is a more general relationship between height and age for some species. An age can be estimated by measuring the height of the tree at what point along the species' specific growth curve the trees in question land, and it's a quick measurement when core samples are not ideal. This method will not work accurately for species with highly variable growth rates since it is very species and environment specific. A destructive method of cutting down the tree. Cutting down a tree and counting the rings on a cross-section of the trunk provides most accurate aging. It is destructive because it is not usually done unless the tree is being removed for some other reason. Carbon dating for old trees and fossils. This technique is applicable for ancient or fossilized trees for which other techniques could not be performed. This involves tracking the decay of wood's carbon isotopes. It can date ancient trees and wooden samples not accessible to ring counting, expensive and mainly for the extreme age or unusual tree specimens. Tree rings in stumps, cut trees only. When a tree is cut down, its age can be estimated by counting the growth rings that appear in the stump. An easy way to nabbing the age: if the tree has been cut already, the tree should already be down and accessible. Which method to use for which trees? As young trees tend to grow at fairly constant rate, their age can be reasonably estimated from DBH or height to age ratios. For older trees, counting tree rings or extracting a core sample will provide a more accurate read. For very ancient or strange trees, carbon dating or possibly destructive methods might be necessary. Each method has its own context in which it excels depending on tree species, size, and tools available. For watching this video, please like and share and subscribe.